Well, Dick and I, met at a party. We had a lot in common as bachelors. I was going through a divorce. He had just lost a wife. We got to know each other very well, and he became very much interested in this contrast between science and art. Jirayr, he said, you don't know a thing about physics, and I don't know a thing about art, and yet we both admire Leonardo da Vinci. I'm a rather versatile person. I play the bongo drums and so on, and you do structures and sculpture and architecture and so forth. But he said, what do you say we become two Leonardo da Vinci's? He said, one Sunday I will give you a day of physics, and the following Sunday you give me a day of art. Well, I agreed, of course, and we did this for 8 years. For 8 years. They were the most delightful periods in our life, but we'd spend a whole day either talking about art versus physics and so on, but he gave me a tremendous appreciation of science, of course. And when he started, he was absolutely an amateur. I mean, stick figures and that type of thing. I wish I had some of his first drawings to show you. They were just very, very crude. And in the end, he became a very accomplished draftsman.
I have a friend who's an artist, and he's sometimes taken a view which I don't agree with very well. He'll hold up a flower and say, look how beautiful it is. And I'll agree. And he says, you see, as I as an artist can see how beautiful this is, but you as a scientist, take this all apart and it becomes a dull thing. And I think that he's kind of nutty. First of all, the beauty that he sees is available to other people and to me too. I believe, although I may not be quite as refined as aesthetically as he is, that I can appreciate the beauty of a flower. At the same time, I see much more about the flower than he sees. I could imagine the cells in there, the complicated actions inside, which also have a beauty. I mean, it's not just beauty at this dimension of 1 centimeter. There's also beauty at a smaller dimensions. The inner structure, also the processes, the fact that the colors and the flower evolved in order to attract insects to pollinate it is interesting. It means that insects can see the color. It adds a question. Does this aesthetic sense also exist in the lower forms? Why is it aesthetic? All kinds of interesting questions which the science knowledge only adds to the excitement, the mystery, and the awe of a flower. It only adds. I don't understand how it subtracts.
I could have used an example which came into my mind, and I wish I had thought of it because it's very funny, but what I wanted to say to him was, here you are, a very, very virile 19-year-old physicist. You love physics, you're curious about all the aspects of physics and science and so forth. And in walks this girl that you're very excited about, and she bares her breasts, walks toward you. Are you going to look at these breasts and start analyzing how beautifully they're formed scientifically, that they form glands in there to make milk for the baby to suck on? Or are you going to want to just spontaneously go over there and bury your face between them and go Anyway, I thought that would have been a much better argument than the flower. But I didn't think about it. I've been kicking myself ever since.